Testing, testing. Hello, beautiful humans. Good morning. Hey, it's Jay. Welcome to my little space on the internet. Today, we are going to be doing my July plan with me, my first monthly setup in my new bullet journal, Yana. If you haven't checked out that setup yet, feel free to do so somewhere on my channel, or I'll link it in the cards here. But I'm really excited to do this plan with me for July. As you can kind of tell from this first stroke, that I don't know if that's the right word. Artist friends, help me. I'm going with a wave, or like wavy lines theme, really pulling in the idea of a beach and whatnot. A beach is one of my favorite places to be in the world. I grew up in the Philippines, and so there are beaches everywhere, and some of my favorite memories and vacations have been on beaches, and so I thought I would pull in the inspiration from there. Similar to my June plan with me, I decided to use some washi tape to get some clean lines for the quote page, but the really exciting thing is that I actually cut my bullet journal for the first time ever. I was terrified, but I decided to cut out the wave to create a little bit of a Dutch door to lead into my brain dump and calendar pages. It looks really nice. You're going to see a skip here because the X-Acto knife slipped and I cut my hand, and instead of worrying about my hand, I was worried about getting blood on the bullet journal, but I am fine. X-Acto knife injuries are somewhat normal. I put a band-aid on it. I use it at work all the time, and I'm a bit of a klutz, so yes, do not worry, it is okay. On the left-hand side of the page, I decided to do a little quote box with this sandy brown color that I also used in my June plan with me, and it is by a person named Isaac Denensen, which reads, "The cure for anything is salt water, sweat, tears, or the sea." And this has always been one of my favorite quotes. I used to have this as a little motivational print in my room, and I just thought it really matched the theme, and I really like how it looked like. And I think this is one of my favorite, I guess, setups for my monthly and my dashboard all in one. I added that additional wave where the Dutch door overlays so it looks continuous, and then I also did the same on the other side so that there was color everywhere. And then to add my calendar, I'm using my calendar washi tape again at the bottom, and then just writing out the days of the week and then the word July in that same sandy brown. I got the inspiration for this on Pinterest. I saw someone do something similar with strawberries, and I thought that it would look cute with the waves, so full credit to them. And if I can find the original creator of that style, I will link them down below. But on this flip out, I decided to put my dashboard kind of in a different format with my brain dump on the Dutch door and then my important dates. Things are opening back up in Canada, and so that's really exciting for me. At least the weather is looking better to any of my loves in BC. I am praying for y'all during this heat wave, and that basically completes my monthly setup. Well, my monthly dashboard and title page. Moving on, we have my goals and gratitudes page. My goals page, I decided that I wanted to put the title as kind of like a shoreline with the sandy brown color, and then I took my Tombow heart tip to kind of outline the sand and write the word goals. I decided to keep it really simple and just really focus on the goals itself. So what I did is I created a bunch of waves using that same color palette, and then wrote the words, and I guess wrote my English. It's hard. It's 8 a.m. in the morning. I wrote the words in the same flow of the waves, which you'll see soon, but I really liked how this turned out. I think it looks really natural. As you know, I struggle with perfectionism, and so having to literally follow in a regular line was nice. So as you can see, yeah, I just followed the line of the wave. I didn't fill out some of my challenges yet while I was filming this, but I do have them filled out now. My monthly challenge you'll see in a different spread, but it is a daily facial using a gua sha, which is a skincare instrument, utensil, tool that I've recently purchased. And let's see what else I can talk about. My monthly purpose, I decided to go with the wave theme, to have it flow freely and ride the waves. I am a very type A person. Everyone says that I should chill out a bit more, so I'm hoping that I can do that in July and just go with the flow, even if things aren't in my planner. But that completes the goals for now. Next we have the gratitude page, and I decided to still use the idea of a shoreline, but this time at the bottom of the page to create balance between these two spreads that are side by side. And this is going to be in the same format as always is. I really like writing out the words I am grateful for, because it really sticks into my head what I am grateful for. I'm using that seafoam green color to create lines for this gratitudes page. If you haven't done so before, I highly recommend making a gratitude spread. Next we have my mood tracker, and I have to thank my sister for this, so shout out to you, Jazz, you're the real one. Before my mood tracker, we created these waves, and the plan is that depending on my mood, I will take one of the colors from my color palette and color in the wave that said color. Well, not the full wave, I guess the line of the wave. I don't know if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Am I just rambling? Then again, are we surprised that I rambled? But I labeled all of the different lines that divided up these waves from 1 to 31 to represent the days, and then went over all of the lines with my gray Sakura jelly roll, because I didn't want to use black. I felt like that didn't really match the sea vibes, and this specific gray pen has a blue undertone to it. And as always, all of the products that I used will be linked in the description box below. I think this is going to look really artsy. My mood trackers for the last 3 months actually, have all been line based, so I think it'll be fun to do one that is color based. And I do apologize for you seeing my glasses and my hair, which really needs to get dyed soon because the roots are showing. Next, we have my monthly challenge spread, and as I mentioned on my goals page, my monthly challenge for July is to give myself a gua sha facial every day in July. I fell into the TikTok rabbit hole, as many of y'all know, and a lot of things about gua sha popped up on my For You page, and so I thought I would give it a try. I couldn't find a challenge myself, so I decided to make it. I found these images on Pinterest on how to give yourself a gua sha facial, and then took my leftover craft paper and used my stamp to create the monthly tracker for this challenge, and then use some of these lovely stickers that are inspired by traditional Japanese art. Kind of looks like a stamp in different areas. I think this one is the Waves of Kokinawa. I'm not a Japanese art expert, but I think that is its name. But I really like how this looks like. It gives it a very scrapbook-esque theme, and I want to see, at least I hope that I get results from using a gua sha daily. I am literally an egg. My face is very circular, so I'm hoping this helps give me some definition, and I will probably do a TikTok about the 30 days to see if there's any improvements on anything. So if you are interested in that, feel free to check out my TikTok. It is at HEYITSJAI. And to finish off this monthly spread, I decided it needed something a little bit more wave-esque, so I took 3 of my markers and added some waves in the corner going through the scrap. the scrapbook. I guess this is a very scrapbooky page, but that completes these two spreads. Next we have, I guess, as we already know, I'm very much a tracker person, my habit trackers spread. And I had a really cool idea with this because I do have these wave stamps, but as you can see, I don't know if it'll show, it fell off of the stamp pad and landed on the page before I could fix it. And so I had to think quickly on my feet for this, and so what I did instead is that I took that same Tombow marker that I've been using and colored in the bottom like a border to cover up the original stamp marks, and then to make it a little more fancy, I used my silver ink pad and a wave design that I was originally going to use that fell off and placed it on top, and it gave it this really cool effect. I really like it. I'm definitely going to try to use the Tombow as a regular stamp in my weekly setups for this month, but I like how this looks like. It definitely gives it some shine and is a little different, and lesson is learned on how to keep your stamps sticky, but I think it looks really, really cool for my habit tracker. And I think you'll be surprised that this time around I decided to do something a little different. I decided to split up my weekly habits that I track into 2 columns. So still tracking all the habits, but this time kind of prioritizing. So on the first section, I have the ones that I always want to do. So my weekly prep, cleaning the room and my washroom, doing my budget for the week, laundry, filming a YouTube video, calling a friend, taking some time to do some self-care and put a face mask on, and taking out the recycles or the garbage, depending on that week. And then on the second portion, I just put down some things that I want to do weekly, but it isn't mandatory, like writing some poetry, doing my nails, organizing the files on my laptop, and so forth. I also brought back my stamp pads, this time not the numbered ones, to go with kind of like the flow of the waves. I used this monthly tracker. I've been using my dated calendar ones for a while now, but I thought it would just be nice to go back to this style. Once again, I find that tracking dailies in a calendar and then my habits in a chart have really worked well for me, and I'm keeping it simple this time. I'm only tracking 7 habits. I really want to get back into a few things because I really fell off the chart in May and June, and then I'm just filling in the dates that don't apply for July, so the Monday to Wednesday, that is in June. Why was that harder to say? You won't see, but I also added this cutout of Ariel in the middle of the right hand side of the spread because I was obsessed with Little Mermaid as a kid, and the waves and the beach always made me think of her. Random embarrassing story, but when I was little I really thought I was a mermaid, even though I could not swim, and kept singing part of your world from the Little Mermaid at the beach, and I'm pretty sure people thought I was crazy. Next we have my first weekly for July, and for some reason I'm missing part of the footage, but as you can see, I'm making these wave-like boxes to host the first week of the month, and then doing 2 boxes for my weekly task as well as my YouTube plan for the week, and then one for next week and a little mini brain dump. So this is how everything looks so far, and then we are going to flip over and you will see, I guess, the glow up of the pages with the eraser marks and some new designs. And this is the completed setup for July 2021. I really love it. I think this title page has become one of my favorite title pages with the flip out. I added this little cutout of a whale because it is the beach, we need some sea creatures, and just added some other decorative elements like washi tape or stickers to certain pages to just, you know, jazz it up. As always, I hope that you're doing well and taking care of yourself. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. I love you to the moon and back. Take care always. Jay.